Hi guys, this is Aki again from Finedrops.net. Yeah, it's been an interesting week again. Wrote a lot of direct messages on Instagram asking this week not just individuals but a lot of running businesses, including restaurants, bars. But for that matter, I've had a lot of great replies from hotels even, who are ready to speak with me and potentially give a trial period for my product, and that's something that I didn't expect to have as feedback, knowing that hotels, just like bars and restaurants, but probably more than them, are very nervous or very sensitive to what they expose their customers to in terms of experience and product, and food and beverages is definitely something important factor that plays into their customers' evaluation of them. So having said that, I'm really curious to see where this is gonna go. But another side note that I have is that there's one thing that I really noticed and reconfirmed my thesis is that when I go to conventions, when I meet a lot of people, not just in the sake industry, but in the rum and just beverage retail and business, a lot of people tell me, your approach to speak to cocktail bars and restaurant owners, for Western food is just not gonna work. A lot of people tell me, hey, just go to sushi restaurant, just go to Japanese restaurant and work with them. That's the best that you can do. And when I hear that, not just from somebody on the street, but when I hear that from industry professionals, I ask myself, is that really the approach that is how to say the only way to go about it? Because to be honest with you, first of all, Japanese food as such, because of the pricing, is not accessible for a lot of people in Europe. And unless you have a special occasion, you don't really think about going to eat sushi, including myself, first of all. And second of all, if you go there, okay, maybe for souvenir purposes you can try out sake, but that's about it actually. The menu is so overly complicated. There's so many explanations about every single thing, and this is something that really disturbs me personally. Is that our industry, tend to explain a lot, right? Like you never go to drink wine, and then you see a menu and read essays about that wine. Of course, you would like to know more in detail about the background history of a certain grade and so on and so forth. But it's not for everyone that that likes to be bombarded with information without even knowing what it is. And this is something that I want to tackle in my own way of doing things. I guess the history will prove me right or wrong, but I'm very confident the way I'm doing, which is literally to just hold a place for people or industrial professionals to seriously consider it. Meaning you bring a glass, you bring the bottle, you haven't tried, period. It's just a repetition of that. It's as simple as that. And I see a lot of professionals holding explanation sessions, also here in Europe, where I'm thinking, yeah, okay, that's great. I think it is important within the industry to do that. But when it comes to normal people, walking on the street, normal people working, during the day, and maybe want something nice to drink at home parties or on the weekends, to just enjoy their time with family and friends, I would ask myself, who the fuck cares, okay, about what water they use, what rice do you use, what's the polishing grade. They don't care. They just simply don't care. And more than that, nobody gives a fuck about going to seminars, right? So on one side, I respect the efforts of those professionals who really dedicate their energy and knowledge and to hold that kind of session to keep the industry informed, which is great, right? For the professionals, for those professionals who are really interested in it. But in terms of bringing this product to the market, my personal take is that there must be a different way to do it more directly to the consumers. And that's the kind of approach that I'm taking. Probably if the industry professional sees this or sees the way I'm doing things, probably the feedback will be that I'm just playing around. But you know what? I would think that those who play around usually win first. And the professionals and the serious, knowledge-oriented professionals ride on that wave and thrive afterwards. It's same with wine. Do you think that wine has spread out because the sommeliers explained the light note of dark chocolate, burnt oak, and so on and so forth? Do you think so? So that's a little bit of thought that I had in my head as I had a nice dinner at a Japanese restaurant this weekend. I think this industry has huge walls to climb still in order to come into a competitive spot against other mainstream beverages at this moment. But I think that challenge is something that's very interesting and worthwhile doing. And of course, the market structure does not allow sake to be immediate profitable product and business as such. But I love this discovery phase of the market, where you can, you have the opportunity to introduce this to people and really, have them engaged with you. And my hope is that I can build, a couple of strong relationships and offer them the value, offer them additional value to their institutions by bringing my sake to their table. And I hope that, my investment as such is going to profit them first. And if it profits them, I don't see any reason why it cannot continue and develop into something where I would say, okay, it's also financially meaningful for me to continue. And until that point comes, I think it's just about a personal choice of saying, okay, do you believe that point will come? Or would you just say, you know what, this is not going to work, and walk away? And in the end, you see the same phenomenon happening with gin right now. 10 years ago, if you ask anybody if they like gin, they would be like, yeah, okay, but I've tried a couple of times, but it tastes like Christmas tree, which is what I heard a friend say a long time ago. I think everything good takes time, and I'm willing to invest my time for that. And it's sort of like a little bit betting with my lifetime. But I like the adventure, and I think it will go well. So having said that, I'm gonna put in more work next week. Today's Sunday. It's Sunday evening already. And talk to you guys next time. Bye.